Financial literacy is the gateway to freedom. It is the gateway to helping to leave a legacy for my family.
And it does not depend on who I am as part of a race, being a woman, or anything of that matter. All it takes is someone who has a willing mindset. So I'm just so grateful to have a platform in my life that gives me not only a system to follow, but also a lifestyle that I can live, that I can enjoy, and I can pass down to the next generation.
What I want to do through WSB and through the financial literacy platform is take that out into our communities to help our Black families understand and know that they too have hope to build a solid, firm financial foundation.
Even though I made good money, nobody educated me how to save money. I spent everything I made. I lived ghetto fabulous in our Black community. What I've learned now here with World Financial Group is some concepts to help me learn how to save money. And that's what we need. Our Black lives matter here, and especially during this time, but it won't matter unless we are financially educated.
We can be empowered so that we can literally transition from where we are today to where we dream of being for ourselves, but for also our people.
Being financially free means that I'm not a slave to debt. I'm not a slave to emergencies. I'm not a slave to even my business. I control my time and I work on myself, and it allows me to be 100% there for people when they need me.
Financial literacy is the way that we in the Black community will be able to bridge the economic gap and begin to pass down generational blessings instead of generational burdens.
Because of this campaign, my kids now understand finance. I find that quite powerful, and that's something that campaign can do for you and your family as well.
Being legacy-minded, having a sense of urgency for the now, and transparency in our community is the key.
It's time that we really take a deeper look on how we can change the world as a whole for every community. Everyone deserves financial education.
We need to learn more about finance. We need to understand some basic principles of how to build wealth.
We want to be able to leave a legacy for our children and our children's children. And how can we do that? By being able to join this platform and learn from this platform and apply it to our family and our lives.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to see you. I am actually generally so excited, but no, truly, I really am excited to see you. I am glad that I can be here, speak with you, and chat with you today. So everyone who came, thank you. Everyone I invited, I love you and I adore you for being here. We just, it's me and my business partner, Odetta King, and we are just running this masterclass. We are going to take up less than an hour of your, well, we're going to take about an hour of your time today so that you can learn all the things that we know. For those who don't know me, my name is Blessing Ukotun. I am first generation Nigerian to be born here. The rest of my family was all born back home in Nigeria. And as the first generation born here, I got to witness a lot of things. I got to witness my parents working hard to make ends meet. And I got to witness them like going through the struggles, working 2 jobs and stuff like that. I got to witness them retire and be concerned about whether Social Security was going to be enough, or their pension was going to be enough. I witnessed a lot of things. And unfortunately for me, and unfortunately for quite a few people, that financial literacy is not a thing that's often taught, especially in schools. I know the Pythagorean theorem in and out. I know A squared plus B squared is equal C squared. However, I didn't know a lot of things. I did witness my mother buy a lot of things and send it home, so I learned a spending culture, and there really is a spending crisis, and I stand on that 10 toes. Now, this is not just for the Black community, but my heart definitely does go out to the Black community, rely with the Black community, because I got to see those struggles firsthand. The Black dollar cycles within the Black community once. The dollar cycles within the Black community once. However, and so in the African American community, our money circulates one time. It circulates 6 times in the Latino community and 9 times in the Asian community. And in white communities, the money circles nearly an unlimited amount of time. So aside from cycling money within our community, what I've learned is, so like somebody, like people know how to get money. They work hard, they work 2 jobs, 3 jobs. But how to hold on to that money, how to grow that money, how to make that money the thing that matters, like how to make it, how to make it hit. A lot of people don't know how to do that. And I think that it is fortunate that I was able to learn more about how to bless my community. So Odetta, could you go ahead and put up the slides for me? So guys, everyone, thank you for being here. Please, in the chat, go ahead and drop who invited you. I would love to see how you got here today. Okay. So what I love to do is I love to talk about money. Not just because I'm Nigerian and we like to look really fly and spend money. That's not the only reason why. But I just love money and the concept of it and how it can add value, how it can make a shift in people's lives. Because sometimes just a little bit of money is all we need. So I see in the chat you guys are dropping. Odetta invited some of you guys. I invited Shauna Lee. Odetta invited Deanna. I invited Dana. Sarah Black Collins and Team Dreamcatchers invited Mark. Gary, I invited you. Awesome. I invited Melody. So I see who's inviting who. So it's really just great to see you all here. Yes, Monique, I invited you. I just was very excited and you guys know I talk quite a bit. So I'm gonna try to keep this as concise as possible. So this is what I do and this is how I work on it. Sarah Collins. Okay, guys, keep dropping those names in the chat. I love to see it. So we teach people the 3 rules of money. I had 4 fingers up, see? We teach people the 3 rules of money. And the 3 rules of money, Deanna is from Michigan. Okay, awesome. First generation American. Okay, so if you are from Jamaican parents, you can relate. So if you are a first generation, please put that in the chat. That is wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Deanna. So we teach people the 3 rules of money. And the first rule of money is compound interest. Now, how many people know the difference between compound interest and simple interest? If you know the difference between the two, write 1 and drop 1 in the chat. If you do not, drop 2 in the chat. There's no shame in this game. I just want to know. 1. Okay. 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 Okay, good. So we're having a very knowledgeable crowd tonight. I love it. And if you don't know, you could privately message me or you could drop it in the chat. There really is no shame in the game. But Albert Einstein, he said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Those who know it earn it and those who don't pay it. And so basically it's the rule of 72. So you take the number 72 and you divide it by your rate of return, which is your interest rate. And that tells you the number of years it would take to double your money. Now, a lot of people use Chase Bank, they use Bank of America, Citibank, Capital One, quite a few different banks there. And most people, your interest rate on your account is 0.01 or 0.02%. Now, I have done the math on that 1,000 times, not 1,000, I did it twice, 3 times, I remember. If you have a 0.01 rate of return on your account, you are welcome to do the math on your calculator. It will take you 3,600 years to double your money. If you have a 0.02 rate of return, it will take you 1,800 years to double your money. So about 18 lifetimes, 18 well-lived lifetimes. But then so since we're discussing compound interest, right? So let's say you are fortunate and you have a bank that gives you 4%, 4% compound interest. Now, most people do not, but let's say you put it in a vehicle like that. My parents, before they did a CD, that gave them like a 3% return, 3.3% return on their money. And it was a lot of money. And I'm just like, that's not a lot of money, guys. Like, we put so much money in and we're not getting it out. But let's say you even have a 4% rate. Awesome. Which is what I had before I learned everything that I know. And so let's say you put $10,000 to the side. Like, I got 10K, I want to grow it. I just want to put that to the side. According to the rule of 72, 72 divided by 4 is 18, which means it will take you 18 years to double your money. Now, by this time, you know, if you had a baby, you put the money to the side. When they go to college, you put $10,000 in nest egg. That money doubles to 20,000, and you can contribute it to their college fund. Let's say you don't want to contribute to their college fund, and you wait until they're 36 and they're buying their first home, because the age to purchase a home has actually gone up significantly. Like, it's like 35 right now, according to the studies, 33, 35, something like that. But now the money is $40,000, so you can give them $40,000 towards their money. However, let's say you find something that has a 12% return on your money. So let's say you put that $10,000 to the side. That money actually will double every 6 years. So let's say you have a baby now. That money becomes when your child is a toddler, when they're 6, when they're going to the first grade, that money doubles. And every year thereafter, every 6 years, the money continues to double. So at the same end of the 36 years, where someone who put it in a vehicle that had a 4% return rate, that person now has $40,000. Meanwhile, you, who knew where to put your money, which is where the banks put their money, you now have a return rate of, you now have a return on your money. Your money, your $10,000 became $640,000. And you didn't add a penny more. You just knew where to put it. You knew how to grow your money and your assets. And I can't remember who said it. It's not math, it's magic. Kim Walsh Phillips said it. It's not math, it's magic, guys. So knowledge is not power unless it is applied. So now, if you in the chat could tell me, which one would you like? Would you like $40,000 or $640,000? If you would like $40,000, put 4 in the chat. If you would like $640,000, put 6 in the chat. Let's see where we're at. 6, 6, 6, 6s. Getting 6s, guys. We like money in here. We're money people. Awesome. I love it here. All right, Odetta, next slide, please. 6. Thank you, Chantel. Thank you, everyone, for participating. I love participating. All right. So rule number 2, dun, dun, dun. Rule number 2 is about how your money gets taxed. My brother always said this to me. He said, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. And I'm just like, okay. Benjamin Franklin said that nothing is certain in this world except for death and taxes. I want you to tell you a secret third certainty. The third certainty is I'm gonna try to figure out how to get away from paying all those taxes. I'm so serious. So there are 3 different tax vehicles. The first one is a tax now vehicle, where you pay your taxes now. You put your money in your checkings, your savings. If you have a CD, the interest you earn on that CD, your stocks, your mutual funds, you got to pay them taxes right now. It's not a game. They want their money right now. Uncle Sam is at your door. He said, run my money, please and thank you. I don't even think he said please or thank you. He just said you better do it. The second rule of money the second vehicle is taxed later. All right, guys, so that's 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, self-employed IRAs, annuities, pensions, TSPs. If you have a 401k, can you go ahead and put a 1 in the chat? If you have a 403b, drop a 3 in the chat. If you have an IRA or a self-employed IRA, can you put a 5 in the chat for me? 1, 3. Shauna Lee, you adopting adult children. Y'all be playing with me. 1, 3, 5. Okay, Tiana. She got a 403b. Awesome. So remember before when I was talking, so now we're talking about tax later vehicles. So do you guys think that taxes, you know, Uncle Sam, based on the trajectory of our country, do you think taxes are going to go up, down, or stay the same? Oh, sorry. You guys can also unmic and speak. I like to hear you, or you can write in the chat, whatever works for you. Up. Gary says up. Shauna Lee says up. Then it's up. Then it's up. Then it's up. 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 It's gonna go up. So to me, that means that, yep, yep, yep. To me, it means that when you are ready to retire and you withdraw your money from your accounts, your 401ks, your 403bs, your IRAs, or your 401k, 403b, and IRA, because, you know, Shauna Lee is adopting me. It means that you are paying taxes where you don't even know, you don't even know how much taxes you're going to pay. So you're pretty much gambling. You're not gambling your money, but you're not sure what you're getting out of it. So, Odetta, can you go back a little bit to me real quick? So you are telling them that, hey, I know that when I put my money in the account, I only had $10,000. Please do not tax me on that $10,000. Let's pretend that like tax is just a calm 10%. Keeps it simple. Do not take $1,000 from my account. Wait until I'm ready to retire and my money is big and it's grown and I'm balling out of control. And let's say tax, like, let's still keep it simple. Let's say it didn't even go up. Do not take my $10,000. Do not take my $1,000. Take my take my $64,000. Who wants, I just want to know, do you want them to take your 1,000 or your 64,000? Oh, you can literally write 1,000 to 64,000 in the chat. Did I chat you guys out? Also, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, I was nervous. Okay. So would you want them, okay, so maybe my question was not clear. Would you like to be taxed on your $10,000 or would you like to be taxed on your $640,000 by the government? $10K, $10K, $10K. Yes, that is how I roll. That is how I feel. $10K, $10K. Thank you. See, look, my question wasn't clear. You guys can tell me if you didn't understand my question. I will happily clarify. Lowest amount, Henrietta said, lowest amount possible. She said, if you could take $1, take $1. Okay, Odetta, next slide, please. So I love working. So then the third vehicle are tax advantage accounts, which are the accounts that will get you taxed on that 10K that you said you wanted them to tax you on, and not just 640K, or like Henrietta said, lowest amount possible. Tax advantage accounts are accounts like Roth IRAs, 529 college savings, executive bonuses, long-term care benefits, and cash value life insurance accounts. So these accounts say, Uncle Sam, take 10K, not my 600, not take from my 10K, not my 640K, not in the future when I'm unsure of how much you're going to take, what the tax rate is. I know exactly what I'm getting myself into right now. This is the contract. This is the deal. When I cash out my 640K, please do not look at me. Do not blink your eyes. Do not bat your eyes. I am walking out of the bank with my money and having a wonderful day. So those are tax advantage accounts, and that is what I live for, teaching people where we put our money. So where do you put your money? It's a personal question for you to consider, for you to ponder, be in deep thought. Are you putting in tax now accounts, tax later accounts, or tax advantage accounts? Does anyone here actually have any tax advantage accounts? If you have a tax advantage account, drop a 3 in the chat. I will drop a number in the chat with you guys all day long. I'm so sorry. I just need to hear from you. 3. Okay, Chantel has some tax advantage accounts. Shauna Lee, mommy, all right. All right, so we've got some tax advantage accounts in here. Odetta, next slide for me, please. Gary, yes, guys. Tax advantage accounts is where it's at. I'm proud of everyone who has one. All right, so the third rule of money. It's about investment options. Investment options. So with investment options, It is three vehicles as well. I think the theme here today is three. Apparently the theme here today is I can't speak English. So let's all figure that out. So you have an investment option where it's fixed, variable, or index. Now, if your investment option is fixed, right? It means that you have safety, but you have no growth. And a fixed option is something like your bank account. So in your bank account, you get your 0.01 return rate. Some people have bank accounts where they have a 3% return rate if they're lucky, because those, what is it called, those non-physical banks are taking over. But most people are earning 0.01, 0.02. My mother was excited about earning 1% until I tussled with her and was like, Mommy, you have to learn. I know that you are old school in Nigeria, but there's other things in the world. So it is, so fixed accounts will provide you lots of safety, little growth. Your money will always save. Now, there are accounts for people who are more risk takers. They like growth and they like little safety. So those are variable accounts. So the market goes up, their money goes up. The market goes down, their money goes down, up, down, and they're willing to take the ride and the waves. So some of them know when to pull it out. Some people leave it in and lose it. I have lost money in the market myself. I will be very candid. I put my money into Ethereum Max. Oh my God. It went up to, I put in $80 and went to $8,000. And I was like, I'm a hold. And the next day it went down and I lost everything. But then there are index accounts. And when you have things that are like index accounts, it provides you it provides you safety, absolutely, and growth. So your money is both safe and your money both grows. So index accounts are where I am or what I enjoy. How would you like your money to grow? So please go ahead in the chat and write if you like safety and growth. So if you want to fix, if you like variable or you like index. I am telling you the answer is index. Or you can write something else. I support you either way. But for me, the answer is index. I want my money to be safe. I want it to grow. And that's how I live. So if you look at the index account, you see how when you see like the green line is showing you actual growth of your money. But then you see the black line is showing all the dips in the market, which is reflecting the variable account. And these accounts, you never ever lose money. Odetta, next slide me, please. So this is an actual 20-year look back of the market. Go with me a little bit, guys. Some of you may not be numbers people, but I promise to make this as simple as possible for you. This is an actual 20-year look back of the market. Now, this was from 2002 to 2021. Now, what it is, it's showing two accounts for people that put in $10,000 into either the market or $10,000 into an index account. Now, this is showing you where, this is an index account where, and that's on the far right. So the index account on the far right, I'm so sorry, I live in Brooklyn. It is very Brooklyn here. I live by a firehouse. So my house has actually never been on fire and I've been very safe my whole life. But if you look at the far right side, that is an index account where the market grew up to, where it was an account that grew up to 13% and had a floor cap of 0.75. So meaning that they never lost money, and at minimum, even when other people were losing money. So when people were losing money in the market during COVID, when people were losing money in the stock market during the great financial crisis and all these things like that, they were still earning a 0.75 interest rate, compounded actually. So actually people who were losing money left and right, and these people, their money was safe and still growing. And I think that was a blessing. I know someone who personally lost $200,000 during this recent COVID pandemic. So if you look at the first column that says $10,000 in the year 2002, the market went down. So they put $10,000 in, and because the market went down about 25%, that money now turned into $7,500. Now, how many people here have heard them say that the market is going to come back? Drop a 1 in the chat if you've heard people say the market's going to come back.
I have.
You
Dr.
have?
Dale has. Yep.
Dr. Dale, you've heard them say, yep, that the money's going to come back. Yep, and you guys can unmic, you can talk to me. I love to hear your voices. This
I've
is
heard him say it.
interactive.
I've heard him say
Yep.
it too. I don't know how true it is though.
So they tell you the market is going to come back. It's not a lie, and it is. So in 2002, the market went down. Now, here's my thing. What if that was your pension, your 401k, your whatever it was, and the market and your retirement year was 2002? So let's say in 2001, you're like, I have $10,000 to the side. I know no one is actually retiring with $10,000, but let's keep the numbers simple and easy to follow. But let's say I'm retiring next year. I have $10,000, and in 2002 you go to retire and you lose 25% of your retirement. So let's say it was even $100,000, which makes the loss even hurt more. If that was your retirement year, yep, Deanna's saying it. I won't get my money back. You lost. So the market went down 2003. Yes, the market went up 23%, but you're still at less than what you started with. In 2004, the market went up again. Yes, but now you're still just starting back to where you were. And like Deanna said, the money does go back. The market does come back. But even though the market does come back, all that money you could have earned, all the interest you could have accrued, that opportunity is lost. Time is something we can never get back. It is the most valuable currency that we have. If you agree that time is the most valuable currency that we have, drop a 2 in the chat. Yep.
I want to say relationship is.
Yep. The money never comes back. But let's say you stayed in the market for all 20 of those years, right? You got to also, Dale, you're so funny. Let's say you get to the end of your 20 years, right? At the bottom of 2021, your $10,000 has now grown to $27,250. That's not bad. That's not bad. You did get your money back. But did you? All the opportunities to grow, because look at 2008, that money went back to $8,000. I'll be frustrated, mad, and ready to tussle. Guys, I'm quick to tussle anyway, but I'd be really ready to tussle, all right? They would have these hands. But now look on the far right column in 10,000 with the $10,000. That is someone who put their money in an index account. Remember the people who had their money in the market dipped 25%. However, you had a floor and a safety net of 0.75, which means that you still earned your 0.75%. So while everyone else was losing and panicking and sweating, you're just like, I'm good, I'm great. And that's because the market was in a loss. So you still earn 0.75. The following year, the market went up. You had a cap of 13%. So now you have $11,384. The next year it went up, and every year it went up after that. So now we get to the end of our 20-year look back. And now you have $47,899 versus $27,250. If you want $47,000, could you put a 4 in the chat? And if you want $27,000, just put a 2 in the chat, just so we know where you're at. 4s, we got 4s coming in. All right, Melody, 4 me. Gary likes a 4. Karen said 4. Latifa said 4. All right. Gonna assume some of you have yes, we got more 4s. 4 me, baby. 4s for me. And this is what we are teaching people and showing people. And I don't know why I had to learn what a cumulonimbus cloud is. If I am on Jeopardy, maybe that question will come up and it'll be relevant. Or if I'm on Wheel of Fortune, maybe that will be the word. But what I want to do is learn how to make my money grow. So I'm going to introduce to you my partner, Odetta King. Guys, I make voices. I'm so sorry. You just have to be okay with that and love me regardless. My partner, Odetta King. All right. So Odetta King, she's also known as the Beast from the East, because since she is the Beast of the East, I mean, she can't stop, won't stop, don't quit all day. And she is the #1 financial agency broker on the East Coast for our firm. She is super passionate about educating our community. She's a business professor at NYU, 3-time author of the book, If You Ain't Stacking, Then You're Dropping. This Is Why You're Broke. And recently, Let's Get Rich Journal Planner, all on her website, odettaking.com. Odetta, please drop your link in the chat. Also, Odetta, I want you to know that I have an emotional reaction every time I see "this is why you're broke," because I'm like, I'm getting there, Odetta. The money is stacking, the coins are stacking. Also, you can purchase all these books on Amazon. Most importantly, she's been with our firm going on 6 years. She is a six-figure diamond ring earner in WFG and has helped close more than 1,000 families with their financial goals and building financial agency of licensed professionals so we can help more families all the time. So guys, I don't know who of you have helped 1,000 people, but when she said 1,000 people, I'm included in that. My family's included in that. So many people are included in that. And I just want to share, I just want to help as many people as possible. How can we help you grow your money? How can we help you grow? How can we help you protect yourself? How can we just help you rock out with money? How can we help you get that 47K versus that 27K, guys? So I'm gonna hand it over to Odetta. Odetta, Beast of the East, where you at?
Blessing. I feel like I don't even need to be on here. You could just rock it out. Blessing, you are amazing. Guys, can you give her a round of applause? Put some clap sign in the Zoom. This is her first time doing a business presentation and she is just smooth. She's like, you're gonna be doing a lot of these lessons. I'm passing the baton to you. Thank you so much. I see a lot of you are rocking with Blessing. It's truly a blessing working with her. She's an amazing individual and we're so blessed to have her on our team. She's definitely a giant in the making and we want more individual like her and I. I'm getting some echo. Can somebody mute their... Mute. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to jump right into my section. Blessing did an amazing job going over the 3 rules of money, which I did not even notice myself many years ago when I first started on this journey with money management. And so one of the things that we do here in our firm, and we're really big on education. And that's one of the things that kind of gravitated me to come on board and learn about money, but not just keep this information to myself, but to also share it with families. So listen, it's great to grow money, but if you have no control over where that money is going to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, because 2 things for sure, and I want you guys to write in the chat, 2 things for sure are going to eat away at your wealth. Taxes is number 1, right? And stock market risk. Taxes and stock market risk. So as we're growing the money, we got to keep in mind taxes and stock market risk. Because you see, we've seen this happen in the past. 2001, 2008, 2020. Imagine if you were set to retire those years and you had $1 million in your 401k or you had $1 million in your IRA, and then boom, it has to be taxed. Stock market eat it up. So do you have $1 million, right? So these are our 4 cornerstones that we teach people, right? And control your future. When you can avoid taxes legally and manage your risk so you're not losing money to the stock market, you're winning the money game, right? So how do you control your future? Make sure your money is growing, which most people can do that, right? But is it safe, right? And then tax advantage. So this again is making sure we're putting it in vehicles that are tax advantage. And then also protection. We got to protect that money. We got to protect our life, right? And our company is big on financial education. And when someone starts with us, I tell them it's probably going to be nothing close to paying university fees. They're going to learn how to increase their cash flow. They're going to learn how to save for their kids' education. They're going to learn how to set up their emergency fund. Proper ways of protecting yourself, right? How about building wealth? A lot of people have 401ks, annuity, pension, but do they understand what's going to be there when they're 65 or whatever age they're ready to retire? And most importantly, preserving wealth. The wealthy people want to make sure that that money, when they're gone, the money is still there for generations to come. So the index strategy that we love to share with families, right? And this is where I'm going to give you guys some reference points. And Forbes magazine, I'm sure a lot of you know Forbes magazine, and they wrote an article recently that talks about why index universal life might be the new 401k. Now, you see, 401k is merely just a tax code by the IRS. And Wall Street found that it was easier to convince the middle class to put all their money in a 401k. And the government also will make a lot of money through taxing that money. And Wall Street, whether you like it or not, whether your money grows or not, you're going to get hit with fees. So how do you feel about giving somebody your money to grow? And even when the stock market is down, you still got to pay fees. But you lost money. So a lot of people don't know about index strategy because, again, as long as we do not know where to put our money to beat the system legally, who's taxing your money? Who is taxing your money? The government. So would the government make it easy for people to sign up for a 401k? Heck yeah, because who's taxing that money? The government, right? Here's another book that I'm going to drop the link later on in the Zoom chat. Money, Wealth, Life Insurance, How the Wealthy, not the poor, not the middle class, how the wealthy use life insurance as a tax-free personal bank to supercharge their saving. It is the #1 seller by Jake Thompson. I wish I had wrote this book, right? And here's some examples of actual big banks that we all know of. Bank of America, 19 billion in index strategies. Wells Fargo, 17 billion in index strategies. JP Morgan Chase, 10 billion in index strategy. US Bank, 5 billion in index strategies. It's not insignificant that banks are placing billions of dollars in life insurance. Do you guys think they're buying these life insurance for a burial? They're not. Two things. Let's go back to taxes, stock market risk. Taxes, stock market risk. They're controlling their future. That's their tier 1 assets. The money that you're putting in the bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, and all of the big banks, when you put your money with them, they're putting some of that money in their tier 1 assets, which is index strategy. So now let me ask you the question, what is your tier 1 capital? What is your tier 1 capital? Amazing. Now, this article in this book also have companies. And I don't know if I can zoom in, but let me see if I can zoom in. These are companies that also are well known. General Electric, Procter & Gamble, AT&T, Prudential, Heinz. How many of you have Heinz ketchup? Johnson & Johnson. How many of you have the baby oil or their Vaseline or their lotion? CVS, Nike, Walt Disney. All of these companies and more have billions of dollars in index strategies. Again, think back of those two things, taxes, market risk. They're avoiding taxes and not having to lose money when the stock market go down. So powerful stuff. Here with our firm, we teach people about money. We provide tons of training. In fact, one of the complaints is that there's too much training, right? But the more you learn, the more you're going to earn. We have workshops and trainings on increasing your cash flow, managing your debt, building a solid financial foundation, proper protection, building wealth, asset accumulation, retirement planning. I saw someone put in the chat 51, she was never going to recoup that money, right? So now we're playing the catch-up game and hoping that the stock market go back up before we retire. What we should have, would have, could have had was more money. And then, of course, wealth preservation. So who are we? Our parent company is called Aegon. They've been around since 176-year-old. They're based in the Netherlands. Transamerica, many of you know, they have that iconic building in San Francisco. And Transamerica has been around for 100 years. And now WFG, which stands for World Financial Group. We are the distribution platform. We educate and distribute this financial information with the average person, whether you have $1 or $1 billion, right? These are some of the companies that we have on our platform. And we work with about 77 different companies. Franklin and Templeton, Transamerica, of course, our very own parent company, Everest, Nationwide, they're on our side, Allianz, Jackson, Vanguard, Prudential, and so many other more. Now, our platform is twofold. There's some people that are going to see this presentation. They're going to say, you know what? I want to save my money. Talk to me more about that index strategies. And then there's some other people that's going to be like myself and Blessing who said, you know what? This is good. I want it for myself, but I also want to teach it and share it with my community. And this is where the business opportunity comes in. When someone starts with us, everybody starts at the bottom as a training associate or entry level. We get paid to educate first. And because we have a license, we do need a license to do this business in the financial service. Because you have a license, now you can open that index strategy account. And again, index strategies, you never lose money and you don't have to pay taxes. Later on, when you're ready to touch your money, it is tax-free. And Blessing did an amazing job showing you, do you want to pay tax today on $10,000 or do you want to pay tax on $640,000 when your money would have grown? So we get paid to educate, but because we have license, we can open those accounts for families. So let's say you help somebody open and save $250 in an account, that's $3,000 a year. As an entry level, 30% of that $3,000, the company will pay us $900 per account. If you're an associate, you get paid $1,350. And if you're a marketing director, you get paid $1,860. And if you're a senior marketing director, you get paid $2,400 per account, assuming someone is opening or saving $250. Now, some people can save more, some people can save less. These are the accounts we use to set up millionaire babies. One of my clients only today, we just put a plan in place. Her girls are 10 and 12. By the time they're 40, they will have accumulated and built up in their cash $500,000. The parents are both doctors and they want to make sure that their girls also become doctors. So they started saving for them in other traditional vehicle, IRAs, 529. And when I sat with them and I educated them on the pros and cons of a 529 versus the pros and cons of IRA and putting money in the bank, it was a no-brainer, right? So rest assured that first and foremost, we're truly educating our community because no one will educate us on this information. It's not in the bank best interest. It's not in the government best interest, because as long as we know, they're not going to make money. But if we don't know, they make money. So with that being said, I just wanted to share with you the business opportunity side, and we're expanding nationwide. You can be in any part of the country. You come on board, you get your license, and you can teach this to your community. We have doctors in here. The video that I opened up with, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have bus drivers, we have students, we have everybody. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, it's where you're going. And now I'm going to turn it back over to our lovely Blessing. Take it away, Blessing.
Okay, guys, because I was over here itching to say stuff. I was like, text, I was like, what's that? Myself. So I also want to reference like these strategies. You know, so does anyone in here know how they got the money to start Walt Disney? Does anyone know that story? If you do, you can unmic. Or McDonald's. So no one knows. Both McDonald's and Walt Disney World were started with money from these index strategies, from these policies, from these life policies. And it's really important to me to share this with everyone because I need everyone to be able to make the most of their money. Like I said, there's a spending crisis. We spend so much money every single day. Like I buy shoes and like I just spent money on the shoes and like, cause we're bombarded with ads and within that shoe box is a coupon and a flyer to buy more shoes. But there's no education, no encouragement, no incentive for us to save more money. So I'm really passionate about how can I help you? How can we help you save your own money? Now, what I love about it is all of our consultations are free. You just, you know, if whoever invited you, get with that person. They will put you on their calendar, connect you to the right person, put you on that person's calendar if that person themselves does not have a license. But once you're on our calendar, we work with you individually and we create strategies specifically for you. That's why I love what I do. I work for you. You tell me about you. You tell me what your needs are. You tell me what your financial goals are. You know, we do an analysis of like basically where you need to be. Do you want to have a millionaire baby? Do you want to have a multimillionaire baby? Like I wasn't left with anything from my grandparents. Actually, no. My grandparents did leave a house, but when my grandparents left that house, my mother and her siblings and all of their half siblings, they divided up between themselves. There was no structure, there was no direction. Like that never made it to me. I will never see a dime of that. And I've heard stories of people who were like, my grandparents left money in the walls. Like it's just so many things that are going on. We're not protected. The money is not cycling within our community. We're not getting the growth we deserve. We're retiring, we're struggling. And like, God forbid someone becomes chronically ill. That's the number one cause of poverty. You have a mortgage, you have a home, you paid 29 and a half years on that house, and God forbid you become sick. Or God forbid you're a stay-at-home wife and your partner leaves. And you got nothing to protect you, nothing to set you up, and nothing to give you what you need. So aside from the fact that, yes, it's a great saving strategy, it's also a great protection strategy. And that's really important to me. I want you to be protected. I want you to be safe. And I want you to be cared for because I love you. If I invited you here, I love you. I care about you and you mean something to me. So we're going to end this now because I could get on a soapbox and talk to you all day about this. But go ahead, whoever invited you, get with them, message them, speak with them. And I promise it can make such a huge difference in your life, give you the trajectory, desire, and the life you deserve. So guys, everyone, thank you for coming. I love you. Like Odetta is saying in the chat, you can go ahead and click her link, schedule with her if you know me. You could just message me, text me, call me. You can send a carrier pigeon or a dove. And I will happily get with you. So thank you everyone for attending today. I hope you have an amazing day. You all rock. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday.
Wonderful job.
Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you.